Hi, my name is Darrell Addison, the inventor and president of Torpedopot. I'd like to take this time to thank you for taking the time, of course, to listening to our Torpedopot video series. This video here will focus on the vision and the mission of our company and to share with you some of the benefits of using our self-watering planters. Our mission is very simple. It's simply to feed the world. Not just to provide food to people, but to be able to provide, to the best of our ability, torpedopots so that people can grow nutritious foods towards a stable diet. Torpedopot believes that everyone has the right to eat quality foods. Our vision is to have a torpedopot in every house within the next 20 years. We believe that this watering technology can make a difference, a profound impact on the gardening industry. Now, the problem with today's planters is this. Gardening has a huge footprint. So when you walk outside your house and you're looking at your garden, sometimes we don't think about the ways that we affect our environment with our garden. For instance, gardening requires tools, and you have to get a spade, a shovel, a trowel, a wheelbarrow. You have to be able to get pruning shears. You have to be able to get all of this equipment in order to produce some plants. And you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? And that's not just the beginning. Then you look at the resources that you have to put into your time, your energy, the water, the fertilization that you have to put in, the pesticides, the herbicides, all these things are being thrown within that environment. And yeah, but then the outcome of that, we have pollution, we have water runoff, we have all types of salts and things entering into our drinking water. And the last thing, a lot of us, we're so excited about gardening, and gardening should be something that's very excitable. It should make you excitable, but we build structures. I mean, we throw down huge tarps and run underground water lines, and we build gates and fences and cinder blocks, and what we're doing is that we're creating huge pots. Everyone is creating a huge location, a pot, to grow things. The problem is that two things, is that the investment that you put into that growing area may not yield the output. That's number one. And secondly, you have to ask yourself, is the investment that you're putting in that growing area, is it worth on the outcome what you're getting out of it? I mean, if I'm investing $1,000 in a garden when I can go to the store and buy a tomato for $2, is it worth it? Even though you are eating healthy, is it worth it? The Torpedopot is a game changer. It changes all of that for all of us. We have to ask ourselves, in addition to that, is why do plants die? There are two major reasons why plants die. And I asked all my friends, I said, hey, listen, do you have any plants that have lived longer than a year? And, they go through the house looking at their plants and things like that, and most of their plants die. Most people can't take care of their plants, and it's not their fault. I mean, we live in a world where things are changing. Let's give an example. I mean, I have a cell phone right now. I can pick up and use my cell phone, and it is phenomenal. I mean, I can call around the world. I can find out where I'm located. I can find my geo footprint. I can pull out applications to run my accounting software and everything else, and to find my neighbors and to do a history search on my family. But you know what? When I step outside in the garden and I start to work in the garden, I pull out a shovel, a rake, and a trowel. What's going on with it? This is advanced, and this gardening concept hasn't. The Torpedopot changes that. The Torpedopot allows your plants to live longer, to be more luscious, to grow faster, to mature faster, and to have more fruit. If you have not tried a Torpedopot, I strongly encourage you to give it a try. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. And I know a lot of you probably sitting out there saying, hey, listen, Darrell, but we've got hydroponics. We've got different type of ponic solutions where we are using water for our plants. And you will not see anything like the Torpedopot. Hydroponics, great. I think it works good for some things. But just imagine a hydroponic facility spending 5 to $50 to $100 million for a hydroponic facility that has built upon the fact that the liquid has to be bacteria free, lack of fungus, lack of all the other bioelements that degrade soil and everything else. You don't need all of that water. You don't need to develop all that. All you need to do is use your torpedo pot. Those cucumbers and those squash, they grow faster. They grow faster. They reach maturity quicker when they're saturated in a solution of water and dirt. And in that flow system that we've developed for the torpedo pot, where the circulation takes place, you can introduce fertilization. So the fertilization, the water, and the controlling allows your plants to grow. And I'm going to be very honest with you. They grow extremely fast. They might even grow even 10 to 20 times faster. Not in terms of speed, in terms of its growth, but in terms of the abundance of the overall plant. Because nothing is dying. Everything lives and goes through its normal course in life. Nothing has to die anymore. We've developed these torpedo pots so you can have them in every room of your house. This is the one, the torpedo pot, which is the curve. This is the signature series, with the curved pot signature series, where in that you just hook up a hose to it. You hook up a hose to it, you turn it on, and you walk away. Come back 3 months later, and you'll see your plants are doing extremely well. You'll come by, and when you have the time, you can interface with your plant, just like your plant can interface with you. We have the flexible hose series, which can go in your home, your garden. It can go in the basement. It can go in the living room. It can go in the bedroom. The flexible hose series is easy to install. We have a manifold where you hook the manifold up in your basement. All you do is take it and you click it into place. Click. And these wires, they run down to each pot. Not just to one pot, but to one room. Each wire, in this case, our liquid flexible hose, will run down into 5 or 6 pots for one hose. So this can do your greenhouse, indoor or outdoor. This can do your garden. This can do the basement. Whatever you choose to do, Torpedopot has set up for it to work. Last thing we'll talk about is this, is that with a vertical planter, what we've done is that we have the 6-inch pot, which you've seen, 9-inch, and this is a 12-inch pot. But I want to introduce to you the 25 and 20-inch. This is the 25-inch pot. The 25-inch pot, as huge as it is, I know a lot of people say, well, shit, I can only put maybe 7 or 8 plants in this 25-inch pot. So what we did, we created a torpedo that comes through the middle of the pot. Give you an example. We had the torpedo come up and we put 70 seeds in that torpedo. Those 70 seeds turned into 1,000 tomatoes. We had 1,000 tomatoes out of 70 seeds that turned into 70 tomato plants. Now the alarming thing is this, that tomato plant, well, tomato plants, because this is a garden now. Okay? It's no longer a single pot. You have a garden growing up in a single pot that used to grow in my 50 by 20 foot garden. I have a garden in one small footprint. Those tomato plants, they grew 16 feet wide by 10 foot tall. It's amazing. It's something you've got to see. Visit the site, torpedopot.com. Let me know your thoughts. But just remember, with the torpedo pot, it changes the game plan so much. Remember now, you need no more tools. No more back-breaking work. You can take vacations and emergencies. You can go away for as long as you want. If you want to stay away for a year, do it. Enjoy yourself. Stop being obligated to take care of things, plants and things like that. The torpedo pot will do it for you. No excessive watering. No wasting water and money all the time into the ground, feeding other things that you're not trying to grow. No weeding. But the most important thing, you get real food. I want to thank you again on behalf of Torpedopot for listening to what our products can hopefully add to you and your family. We feel very strongly about our products, and yes, we still do want to feed the world, and we thank you for an opportunity to come into your home. Thank you. Have a nice day.